Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something purely for you? Not driven by a response, not motivated by an expectation of outcome, not simply because someone was observing, but solely because you recognize your own worth. To be honest, many struggle with that question, and that ultimately is the issue. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Fred, aka it's Yourz, and in this video, I want to be talking about why I believe people liking you is really just a bonus feature in this game we call life. So let's get into it. Here's what I've learned as I walk through life and I've become much more present in my 30s. As a man, I find it so important to develop a very strong opinion of yourself, because if you don't, you will internalize the beliefs of others. Someone tells you you're not enough, and suddenly you're up at 2 a.m. in the morning just replaying that over and over. Because a man who doesn't build a strong sense of self, and a man who doesn't listen to the higher voice within, will just listen to everyone else instead. And everyone holds their own opinion, everyone offers their own perspective, but most of these are just reflections of their own issues which are projected onto you. As a man who is building themselves, I believe your main focus should always be you. You must always find ways to improve yourself, and not in a selfish way, not in a f the world type of way, but more in a I'm building something serious here kind of way. As a man, I really believe you should be finding ways to upgrade yourselves always. Whether that's your connection with God, your health, your well-being, your spirituality, physical health, your finances, and just building new skill sets in general. Because these things will set you apart. Because the truth is, the mass population, they're not showing up for themselves the way you are. So why would their opinion matter? Here's a cool analogy that shifted everything for me, and that's the athlete in the arena. The athlete in the arena does not care about the voices that come from the stands. Why is that? Because the athlete understands himself. The athlete understands the task at hand. The athlete can differentiate focus from pressure. The athlete overcomes the voices from the stands and focuses on himself. And the people who admire that athlete, that is a bonus, because the athlete still shows up regardless if people are rooting for him or not. The athlete always shows up and moves forwards regardless. And to be honest, I believe as a man who is building, you should be operating the same way as the athlete. You should learn to admire and like yourself first. Let me be clear about what I mean. I'm not talking about in a vanity way, not in a vain way, not in a way of flesh, but in a strong sense of self, an unshakable quiet confidence, something that can be felt, not heard. Learn to love yourself first. Focus on yourself first. Prioritize yourself first. And let me just park something here real quick. I know some of you have family responsibilities. I'm not saying abandon. This is not what this is. But even with those responsibilities, if you're running on empty and you have nothing else to give, filling up your cup first is how you show up better for others that you love. That's not selfish, that's important, bro. And here's where I'm gonna get a little bit blunt. If you like you, but other people don't like you, then fuck them. I seriously mean that. When you constantly show up for yourself, when you demonstrate discipline to yourself, you shouldn't care if people like you or not. You shouldn't be worried about what anyone has to think. Because here's the truth. Most people are not doing the work, especially the work that they criticize and give feedback on constantly. Most people are sitting in the stands. They're not in the arena like you are. So you shouldn't be taking anything seriously from these people. People in the stands that are just talking shit all the time, yelling at the athlete, you're the athlete. In the arena, fuck them. What really changed the game for me seriously was realizing this. Searching for external value means nothing when you haven't given yourself the certification first. You must always give yourself that validation first, that certification first. You should be the one that rewards and awards the gifts and the goals and the goal to yourself first. You will never get it from others if you haven't given it to yourself first. So please continue to do the work, show that discipline, build the self-respect. Once you solidify yourself as someone who is confident and loving, with or without the applause from the stands, then people liking you, that's just a bonus feature, bro. It's not the game, it never was. Hey man, if this came across your algorithm, if I hit you at the right time, drop a comment. I'd love to see what you're going to be doing this week to show up for yourself and not for others. Subscribe, like, share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. It's your boy Fred, aka it's Yourz.